Hello beautiful people, it's girl Jeannie and it's Jeannie Signatures. So today I'll be making this beautiful gown with lace trimmings for the collar or the neckline, and I used it to design the front. So is this a simple A-line gown with lace edges as trimmings? So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. Thank you all and God bless you. So if you're new to my channel, you're highly welcome, and if you're an old subscriber, you're also always welcome. So let's get right into it. So I folded my fabric into two. I'll be cutting out the back part first before cutting the front. So for this back part, I had already ruled out my zipper allowance, which is 1.5 inches, as you can see. So I'll be dividing my shoulder measurement by 2 and then add half an inch because we're having a sleeve. And then I'll come down for my armhole, which was 8.5 inches. So I'm just repeating my shoulder line there, so I'll have a straight line, and that is what I'm marking right there. So the next thing I'm getting now is my half length. I'll be marking that as the waistline, and then I'll be marking the hip line as well. So those are the lines I'm just ruling out like so. So I haven't gotten that. Let me just highlight it very well so that it will be very obvious. So now I'm just trying to divide my bust measurement by 4. I'll mark that, and then I'll add 1 inch for ease because this is not supposed to be a tight fitted gown. And then I'll add 1 inch as my sewing allowance. So I just went up to my shoulder level to get my neck opening. So for the neck width, I made use of 3.5 inches, and then I slanted my shoulders. And so for the back neck depth, I made use of 6 inches. So that back neckline is going to be in form of a V neckline. And so I connected that. So I'll go over to my waist measurement, divide the waist by 4, and then add 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance as well. So whatever I did there, I'll connect from my bust to my waist, and then I'll go and mark out my hip measurement. So let me just draw the armhole curve like so. So now I'll just shift the fabric a little bit and then get my hip measurement divided by 4. And then I'll mark that, and then I'll mark 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch sewing allowance as well. So I'll connect from my waist to my hip like so. And then whatever measurement I have on the hip line, that is where we'll be stopping, because this is going to be having like a slant A shape. So I'll just slant it to meet the end of the fabric like so. But after joining this fabric, I discovered that the A line was too big for the style my client chose, so I decided to reduce it off camera. And the one you saw on the thumbnail had was a turtleneck, but my client didn't want it to be a turtleneck, so I ended up doing it in form of having lace as the edges. So that is it. So now I'm cutting out the back piece. Remember, I'm cutting out the back piece first. So all these ones that I'm cutting out later, I'll be making use of it for the sleeve. That is what I'll be using to do those trimmings for the 2 layers at the sleeve part that you saw earlier before this video. So I'll cut out the neckline for the back like so. So I'll slant my shoulders and then slit open the zipper area. So in order to avoid bulginess of the zipper, I'm just trying to slant out the half an inch. That would reduce the bulginess of the zipper area, and then I'll be slanting the zipper allowance that I took all the way down open like so. So now we're through with the back piece. So I'm going to be folding the fabric and then cutting the front. So I'd folded my fabric, and notice the way I folded my fabric. I folded the lace trimmings or the edges and then I placed the back on it like so. So I'm leaving that space because that is where the beautiful design for the front is going to be. So that's how I'm going to be placing the fabric. So instead of our fabric to be on fold, though it's in two pieces, it's not on fold, it's going to be in two pieces because I'm going to be making use of the lace edges right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and then cut out exactly what I have for the back because of the sides and all, and then I'll be coming back to show you how we're going to be attaching this. So I'm just trying to cut out exactly what we have right there, as you can see. So I just quickly notched the neckline right there so that it will serve as a guide, or even if though it's not necessary. Yeah, so just cut it out like so. So I've gone ahead to cut it out, as you can see. So I've removed the back piece. So this is what we have for the front, as you can see. So you can see the lace edges in the front like so. This is going to be serving as the design in the front. So now this is what we are going to be having. So it's going to be in pieces. So what I will be doing now is to measure my neck depth. So for the neck depth, I came down by 9 inches or 10 inches, yeah. So I'm just going to use my chalk to mark that or take note of that, and then take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down, because that is what I would want the neck depth for the front to be. So I'm going to be marking that now. Just use my chalk to indicate that. Then mark it on this other side as well. So this is what we have. I'm just trying to reaffirm it. So this is what I'll do. I'll stitch it down. Then I'll be leaving about 3 inches intervals. I'll be stitching on it, take it on top of each other, and then stitch on it like so before I'll go ahead to do the next thing. So that's what I'll do all the way to the front of the fabric. So I've gone ahead to fix my zipper for the back and then turned the neckline with my bias. So the back is ready. I'll be placing that separately and then reintroduce the front piece. So this is the front piece, and I've gone ahead to do that which I explained. So you leave about 3 inches, you stitch, you leave about 3 inches, you stitch. Just place the edge on each other like so, and then run the stitches on it. Just leave some gaps of about 3 inches intervals, and then sew it until you get to the length of the gown. So now for the neck width, you make sure that you've stitched that down as well, so you can see that it's properly stitched, as you can see right now. Don't worry about all those scripts showing. By the time you join your shoulder and everything, it will not be there again. So now I'll be reintroducing the back piece, and then I'll be placing the front piece on the back piece, because this back piece is going to be giving us a guideline on how we're going to be making our neck to look beautiful with our lace trimmings at the edge. So now I'm just going to be placing it like this. Remember, we already have our neck width for the back piece, so I'm just going to be running half an inch on both sides of the shoulders like so. So if you have any excesses around the armhole area, just trim it out because it's not needed again. So that is basically what I will be doing. Run it half an inch on the shoulders and then close it up on your sides, and then we're good to go. So as at when we had finished doing all this, this is what I got. So you can see that it came out beautiful. So this is what we have after I've joined it, and then I cut out a basic sleeve and then attached it like so. So like I told you, I used the trimmings that was left over from the ones I cut by the side. I used it to make it up for the sleeve, and this is what we have. You'll be wondering that this thing is going to be transparent. Yeah, it's transparent because it's going to be worn with a camisole. I've already made a tutorial on how to sew a camisole, so that is why I didn't bother showing the tutorial. So you can see how it looks on my mannequin. It looks beautiful and it looks cute. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all and God bless you all. See you all on my next tutorial. And like I always say, this is Jeannie's Signatures and I'll be signing out. See you all and thank you all for the love. Bye. Ciao.